Hello and welcome everyone to another installment of, I guess, kind of like a devlog of the old world. So, I've got a few topics on my agenda today. First of all, the Virtual Static website has been rewritten. It's not completely done yet, so it's not completely live, but I'm getting to it. There hasn't been a lot of content update as of recently. The reason being that I've been mostly writing internal systems to make sure that I can properly implement further features. As you can see on screen currently, these are a few examples of the height transitions which I talked about, I think, a couple of articles ago. And it generally just displays kind of the height differences of the terrain. They're not completely finished as of yet, so there's a lot of touching up that still needs to be done, but currently I think they look pretty decent, but will of course be further polished on. Now, as you could see from the intro, I have implemented 360 controller support. Now, this won't affect the people that use keyboard and mouse. It's just something I've kind of implemented just for fun to see if it actually works. If it does pan out when I have finalized the control scheme and I can see that it's actually a feasible thing to implement, I will leave it in. So for people that would prefer to play with a 360 controller, that will be possible if the control scheme allows it. So I'm very happy to say that development has been trucking along quite nicely as of recently, and internal testing will be coming up in the next few weeks and after we've kind of ironed out potential bugs and game crashes. And after that, we should be ready to release the alpha into public waters, which I'm very excited about, and I hope you will enjoy it. So the main thing we'll be talking about today is the crafting system implementation that I've added. Now, as you can see, it's slightly bit different from how it was previously, and the thought behind it is that when you got up to a very large amount of items, for example, even just 10 or 20 items, it would be a bit of a hassle. It would be very cumbersome trying to navigate through the list. So what I have done is essentially split it up into categories. So you've got a main category, which is this massive list as you can see here. This is kind of materials, tools, construction, and various other main categories. Now when you click on this, you will be presented with a subcategory. In this case, it will be woodworking, and then you will have your items here. Now this allows for a much more structured system and easier navigations when dealing with a lot of items. Another feature which I've implemented, which I would like to call compound items. Now, compound items are items built up from small items. So, for example, a sword would be built up from a hilt and a blade, and combining these two produces the finalized item. So let's just scroll down here and we can take a look at it. The GUI isn't completely done yet, but I think you can bear with me here. So let's select this blade and put it into the top one. These will have indications of where to put the blade and where to put the hilt later on. And let's put a sword hilt here. Now, as you can see, it produces the final item here, as you can see. And if you click here, you craft the item, and you've crafted a sword with these two kind of customized, customizable items. Now, these items aren't just for cosmetic sake, they actually have different types of properties. So, for example, a larger blade will have a higher swing time, it will deal more damage, but it will also have a higher range. Whilst a smaller blade will have a faster swing time, but might deal less damage, but is a lot faster. So not only do they have cosmetic differences, they also have property differences in and of themselves. Now let's go pick up some bows here, and we can craft a few bows, because this system allows for everything to be customizable. That includes tools, weapons, materials, all sorts of customization options. So we can just put in a random bow here, and we can put in another string. And as you can see, I've crafted this item, this short bow. And we can move about a bit. Here are some fist weapons which you can make. You got some knuckles here. You got the hilt for the fist weapon. You've also got some swords over here, as you can see. on the left side. So let's just move up here and I'll show you the current combinations of swords that you can currently make. These are only stone swords, so keep in mind that there'll be a lot more materials. For example, iron, bronze, copper, silver, gold, wood. A lot of different combinations can be made, and these aren't the finalized textures, so please do keep that in mind. But as you can see, by using this system, you have a very high amount of customizability of everything, really. So whatever items that promote your type of gameplay can be made throughout using this very, as I feel, very powerful system. So it's not only cosmetic customization, it's also property customization. Now you might be thinking, well, what happens if I enchant, for example, a blade and then I craft an item with it? Don't worry, it will be transferred over during the crafting process. So everything that you improve, you might improve the quality of the blade, you might improve the quality of the hilt. All of that will be transferred over during the calculation process when you craft things. So that is the new crafting system, and I hope you enjoyed watching this small video on the new crafting system. And I will see you guys later. Bye.